Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to all my new subscribers, anyone who has recently joined, welcome. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for being here. So today I'm going to be sharing a custom frame and all the steps that I did to create this frame. I wanted these frames to match these wall art pieces that I put in our living room. I will put a link to the video of how I created those line art pieces in the description box below in case you're interested. So you can check it out when you're done watching this, hopefully. So this is the natural wood again that I wanted to get for frames, and I couldn't find this natural wood in a frame anywhere. So I figured the next best thing is just to make one myself. So if this is something that you might want to do, I'm going to show you how I did it. And obviously there's a variety of ways. My way might not be the best, but it works for me. So if you want to check that out, please keep watching. This is like the trimming that you can find at Home Depot. I got this from Home Depot and cut it down to the sizes that I needed. I'm making 4 frames, but obviously I'm just going to show you how I made one of them, and I just repeated the steps. I needed 4 of them for another wall that's in my hallway. These are the supplies you're going to need for the project. This is a long piece of plywood. This I purchased at Home Depot. It was a little longer, but I cut it down. This is actually going to be the back of the frame, and then you're going to need this. It's that edger that you can put around your wall, and you just have to cut it down. I'm using this 11 by 14 frame that I got from the Dollar Tree, and all I'm using from this is the glass. The sticks are set to be used for this type of frame. I made these just a little bit longer than 11 and 14 inches in length, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to line everything up on this plywood. I'm going to use one of these to hang it on the back, and also some sticks. Got these from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to glue some of these together, and I'll show you how that's gonna go. I'm just gonna lay the glass right there. The wood has to line up here. It has to rest on the edge of the wood, but it also has to hold the glass on. So that halfway mark is where this little line is. I don't know where that measures out to be, but if you can tell how I'm doing it. So this, I'm calling this the center, and the outer edge of the stick is lining up right with this little line right here. I'm gonna go in around the edge of the plywood, and I'm just moving the glass over so it's the same length all the way down, and it actually comes out to be 14 3/4 length this way and 11 3/4 length this way. Measuring from the very top, I'm gonna come down to 14 3/4, which is this line right here, and then it's 11 3/4 going this way. And that is the line right here. And if you have these markings already done, someone in the store can probably cut these out for you. I'm gonna cut these out with a jigsaw here, but again, someone in the store can usually cut out something this size. Here is my cut board, and I wanted to point out that you can also cut this at home with a regular saw. If you can tell, this plywood is not very thick, and it cuts really easily with a regular saw. So that is another option. I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna glue 2 of them together, and I'm gonna glue together another set of 2 for this side, a set of 2 for the bottom, a set of 2 for this side here, and then for the top, 2 of these glued together like this. Now that all the pieces are glued together, I'm placing the glass back on the piece of wood here and try to put it as even as possible. The way I check that is to use the ruler at the top and the bottom. Kind of ensures that everything else is lined up. There's that little bit of space right around the edge, and that's where we're gonna glue these. And actually for these 2 bottom ones, I'm gonna cut this down. Forgot about that. So I'm just trimming off the rounded edge on each side. And then I'll glue them down like this. I just moved the glass a little bit to make sure that none of the glue touches. I have my 4 pieces. These are the 2 shorter ones and then the 2 longer ones here. I'm gonna lay this one here across the top first, and the end of this frame piece needs to be flush with the side of the board here. So that's how I'll lay that down, and the top part also needs to be flush here, needs to go match up with this. So that's how that is laying there. And then I'm going to take the longer piece, and this is going to go right here. So this piece, the side needs to be flush with the side here, and it needs to come up right to the top of that one. And that's how that one's going to go. So this is just the marker for where everything needs to be lined up. I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece down. I'm gluing this frame piece to the sticks, and the sticks do need to stick out from the side. As long as this part is even, we're good to go. Now that that piece is on, I'm going to move down to this bottom part, and I'll take the other shorter one and do the same thing here. Just making sure that everything lines up, and this part is harder to tell where it's going to match up with the wood underneath, so I'm just going to use this as a marker. Once it touches where the ruler is, I know that's the edge of the board, and then I can also match it up over here because there's a little bit of the board showing. Then do the same thing here, just line this up, make sure that this goes all the way down to there, make sure that this part here is flush with the board here and here before gluing it down. And just make sure the glass can still slide. Yep, still moving. And then the last thing is to put this here. So this one is not going to be glued on because this is going to be the top of the frame where the pictures and the glass will be inserted. So the only thing I need to do is account for the glass at the top. So I'm just going to place this here, but I'm not going to glue the popsicle sticks to the board. I'm just going to place it there, and then I'm going to just glue this onto the stick. So there's the frame, and so what this is going to do, this is how it looks. All I'm going to do is trim this top of the popsicle stick off here, and I'm going to go and trim off all of this excess with my jigsaw. So this, I'm going to take the glass out. And everywhere that you can see all of this excess hanging out from the sides is where I'm going to trim it down. And I'm using my jigsaw here, but this can definitely be done with a handsaw and it would have the same effect. So I'm just gonna show how that would be. And there you have it. And the only thing I would do after that is just sand this down. This is what you would end up with after, just a flush board. So I'm just gonna go around and cut these off. I'm gonna use my jigsaw just to speed it up, but it just shows you that this cuts very easily. Here it is, all cut down. I'm just gonna smooth out these edges. I'm gonna need to cut this down too because This is where the top of the frame is, and then this part sticks out. So I'm just gonna mark here where I need to trim it down, and I'm gonna trim that down too. This is how everything looks now that the edges are cut off. So here's the side. Everything's nice and smooth. The bottom, and then the other side. And then here's the top. So the glass in the pictures will slide down in here. The extra little piece will go here. Once everything is in there that I want to put in, I'm just going to put a dot of glue right at this top piece so that this can be changed out anytime. So whenever I put a picture in a frame, it usually stays for a while, and then if I get tired of it or want to switch it out, this will be easily removed, just because only a dot of glue will actually be holding this on. This piece is not going to be supporting anything at all. Just want to show you how I'm going to secure the back with these screws. This is the size that I'm using, a number 6 by 5/8 of an inch. So it's just enough to go through the wood, through the stick, and then up just barely through this. And I don't think that these are absolutely necessary, especially if you don't use a glass, but just in case the glue decides to kind of wear out or whatever, I'm just going to put one screw in each end. So I'm going to put one here, here, there, there, and then there and there. Here is what it looks like on the back. Just want to mention here, I tried putting some screws in on this side and the wood was trying to split, but I'm just going to leave it here. I was able to get one in on this side finally. This one was too close to the edge and it was messing up, so I was able to get that in there. So that's all I really need for that top part. Anyway, it's just reinforcement. And now I'm going to add the clamp to this part as well. I'm going to put it 1 centimeter from the top and then center that middle claw piece there. And it comes with these little nails here. I had to reinforce it with some hot glue. And now I'm going to put the glass back in with a picture. And this is something that I already had laying around. So I'm just going to put this in here. I'm just going to put something in there for now. This is not what I plan to use. And I'm going to hang this without the glass just for now. So if you stick with me, hit the notification bell below, you'll always be notified when I put out a new video. In the next couple of videos, I'm going to be showing you how I style these frames with custom art, and it can be displayed with or without the glass. So if you like this idea, I hope it inspires you to make something similar, if not the same thing. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.